Hi there, I am the KJ7NLL, and today I'm going to talk to you all about the numbers for the triplexer. Actually, it's a diplexer. We went over that in the last video. Anyway, these are the numbers for the 2 meter and the 70 centimeter. We will go over what the boards look like and how they work and all sorts of stuff like that. So stay tuned and we'll jump right in. I will pop up the Nano VNA Saver. And now these are the final result boards, and we had been using a bunch of these other little boards, but we finally ended up using these boards, which I'll show you in a second. The 2 meter has a amazing SWR with a 1.3 SWR at 150 megahertz and a 1.1 SWR at 144 megahertz. It also has a very high reflection for the 70 centimeter, which makes it just great. And this is the final board. I took off one of the boards and made it so that we aren't adding both boards together, and that's just the 2 meter. That's how it looks. So we can see that the through on the 2.1 is very good, and if we look at the marker here at marker 3, we can see that we have a VSWR of 1.225, and the through is S21 is negative 2.0. Now you might say, that's pretty high, but that's because I'm running 2 boards together for a simulation of antenna and radio, and each of them is only 1, which is quite a bit better. And the nice thing about dB is you can add it, but it's also logarithmic. So it adds linearly, but it's also logarithmic, so you don't get crazy huge numbers. So we're plugged into the 70 centimeter, which means we're sending a little signal into the 70 centimeter and coming out the other 70 centimeter port, which is measuring the 2.1 here. And I'm going to go here and continuous sweep so we can see it constant. And this is just it real time. We have a great negative through below negative 80, which is amazing on the 2 meter. Now that's where the rejects come in. Let me show you an example of a reject. Okay, so as you can see here, these are rejects here, 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 and here, and they block the signal from the 70 centimeter or 2 meter from getting into that port. So let's say that we have a signal coming into here, okay? And it goes into here and goes down here and here, okay? That means that some of it is going to come out this port and some of it is going to come out this port. But we don't want the signal from the radio that is 70 centimeter going down the 2 meter port into the antenna, and we don't want the 2 meter signal to go down the 70 centimeter port. And that's where rejects come in, because they can be really handy letting the correct signal through, but any other signal bounces off of it and goes down the correct port. Now, as I said, this is a diplexer, not a triplexer, and that's because these components are not here anymore. If you look on this board here, you can see that we have on the left, on the right, and in the middle. Now the middle one was 13 centimeter, and that's what we would have been using for the camera and stuff. However, we figured out that we would not be able to get a good match with 13 centimeters, so we just got rid of it, which is what lands us at these boards. So we want at least a negative 40 dB isolation on the port, because because 50 dB is 100 watts, and that's what we want to be transmitting, and it's okay to leak 10 dB into the radio. This is the board that we have, and I'm going to show you the LNA. Now, I have a bunch of other videos on the LNA, and the LNA is really cool because we are using the Corvo QPL9547 ultra-low noise amplifier. And this is the 70 centimeter one, which doesn't work very well. We have another 2 meter one, which works amazing. And I think we know why the 70 centimeter doesn't work, and we have another revision to try it, which we will be trying soon. And this is really cool. Now, see this bias T here? I'm not sure if you can see it in the camera, but we have an inductor, and a cap. And what this does is it allows us to send a DC signal on top of the RF signal through this wire, and into the 70 centimeter LNA board. Now, if I turn this around, we put a little LED on it so we could see if it was on. And I'm just going to put this here so you guys can see it. And when I plug this battery in, that will turn on. That was kind of precarious. And as you can see, the light turns on. That clicking is the relay, which switches from through to LNA. And that's just really cool. I really hope you enjoyed this video about the numbers of the Triplexer with the 2 meter and 70 centimeter. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, which we will be power testing in. And let's see if we can melt some components on our Triplexer board. 73, stay tuned for next time.